Hello, happy Friday. I wanted to get on since I haven't been on for a while and just kind of share what's going on in my life. I've taken a new position, so now my drive to work is about 20 minutes compared to 4 minutes long. And yesterday on my way to work, I had a moment of gratitude and a moment of relishing the beauty of my life and where I am currently in my life and how I've gotten to where I am right now, and the important people that have followed me on my journey. Well, usually when I would drive to my other place of work, which was only four minutes away, I didn't have as long to ponder on. So usually when I'm driving, I don't have any music playing. I don't listen to podcasts. It's usually just kind of silence, or some like binaural beats to kind of soothe my myself down a little bit. So it's usually a very reflective time. And yesterday was really, really great. Lots of traffic, especially on my way home. Driving on 69, there was stopped traffic, and you would be surprised at how loud the crickets are on 69. And I will say we were at a standstill, and I heard within, so my intuition was I could, one, blast my music and just check out, or I could sit in silence and listen to the crickets and allow whatever comes through to come through. And I say that in the aspect that a lot of times I included, doing things or consuming things to check out of life and its reality. And it takes great strength to sit in the silence, to be completely aware of the bullshit we have in our lives, or the bullshit that we're telling ourselves. And it takes a lot of strength to sit there and in the uncomfortableness and evaluate and look at our lives in a very open-mindedness. Yesterday, that was for me, sitting there with my window down, eating my cucumber and dates, and relishing in the beauty of the crickets on 69. As little as that may seem, it was quite profound, because if you think about it, I-69 is everybody's going as fast as they possibly can because they've got somewhere to go. And one would never realize how quiet and serene it could be to not be zooming through their life. So you could look at it in very metaphorically. And that's what I did yesterday. And it was very, very cool to sit there and ponder how I've gotten to where I am, the journey that I've been on, and how it's impacted my life and other people's lives. Okay, allergies are really starting to hit, so my eyes are all bloodshot and crying. Anyways, so it was a great day of pondering. If anybody follows astrology or anything like that, or the moon cycles, it's interesting because we're in a new moon right now. And I just told my husband this morning, be prepared for little arguments or upsettedness or extra frustration and anger over the weekend time, because we're kind of headed in that direction with the energy of all of these things. So it's a great time to ponder on the frustrations you have in your life, the journey that you are currently in, and what you are going through in your life. it's a great time to humble yourself and acknowledge where you are, what has brought you here to this point in time in your life. And that can be food, it can be relationships, it can be trauma, it could be so many different things. And understand that you are where you are currently because of everything that has led up to this point in time. So the foods that we eat create either health or vitality, so that's something to look at. The trauma in our past life, if we've not dealt with them and healed from them, they're still here, you know. And also, you know, that falls into our relationships. If we've taken the time to clear out the crap of our inner self, reprogrammed ourselves to accept and give love and compassion, and learned how to communicate where we currently are in our life, is a big reflection on the work that we've done or not have done. So it's a great weekend to, as I told my husband, go out into the woods by yourself and ponder. But it's a great time to just sit back and evaluate where you are in your life. And it's funny because we are almost in my birth month. So obviously it's a great time for reflection for me. It's something that I always do around moon cycles, around my date of birth, around the new year, all that kind of stuff is a great time for evaluation and pondering. And it's just something that I felt the need to get on and have a little Facebook Live since it has been so long. Also, I wanted to talk about too, as I was falling asleep last night, I pondered on the early ages of one's life. And usually these are the time frame of when we are programmed. And this could be a Facebook Live all on its own. But it came through, and I feel like it's kind of important to speak as well. So if you can imagine, the way that we go through life is like a computer program for a computer or a laptop. Okay, so this is a little bit of a visualization, so hopefully you can keep up with me. So imagine you being little, and the people in your lives, so your family, your parents, your little friends, they all are programming you for your future. So relationships, how you see the world, how you feel about yourself, all of that is being programmed at a very, very young age from your peers and your family, your inner circle, okay? Now, once also trauma can happen as well. So if you're not, and I hate this term, despise it, mommy and daddy issues, this is where these are programmed into you. Every single person has them, and 99.7% of the population on this earth has not dealt with them yet. Okay, so this is where these are formed, usually between 0 and age 14. So any traumas that you've had at a young age, you're programming them into your body, into your mind, and then you carry them through. So when you hit adolescence, the teenage years, this is when you should have had an upgrade on your system or your programming. You should have had an upgraded program. And most people don't. Like I said, 99.7% of the population has not had that update. This update should have updated your relationships and how you perceive them, how you go into them, what you carry into them. So at this age, you should have been able to seen how relationships you've grown into, what they should, you've seen how they are, and you should have been able to understand what they should and should not be like, if that makes sense. So mind you, 0 to 14 ages is programming to help you survive through that time, okay? When we reach adolescence, we should have had an upgrade that will get you up into adulthood, okay? So communication is key. You should had an upgrade onto how you communicate, how you should speak to others, how you should speak to yourself, how you see yourself and how other people see yourself, and the importance of that. Relationships on how you should be treated, how you should treat others. Does that make sense? So then once you reach adulthood, you should have another upgrade to the point to where whatever is not serving you currently or serving you in your adulthood should fall away. And those aspects that fall away should have an upgrade, okay? So what we're lacking as a community or a global community, what we're lacking is compassion and love, because we never had that upgraded version tapped into us. And this is where everybody says in the spiritual community, doing the work. So you're deprogramming the programs that no longer apply to you. So the feelings of unworthiness, the feelings of lack in love, lack in money, all sorts of lack. All of these should have been upgraded so that when you are in adulthood and you're starting to have children of your own, you have a sense of self-worth, self-love, compassion for yourself and for others, and you are very grounded. You don't allow the outside judgments to persuade you one way or the other. So you're very grounded in yourself, and you are showing up in the world in your best sense of self. Does that make sense? And it's not precisely how it came through last night when I was trying to fall asleep, but that is the sense. So if we can ponder this weekend over where we are currently, what has brought us currently to this precise moment in time, and begin to accept where we are, notice the programs that need to be deprogrammed and upgraded from here on out to the rest of this year, we can do the work and get us into a better sense of self and show up better into this world, if that makes sense. Usually when I do these lives, I never know how they're going to go. I'm not one for bullet points and preparedness, because very intuitively things are going to come through and it's going to hit whoever needs to be hit, and it's going to hit him in the correct place. And that's the wrong side, the heart. It's going to hit you in the heart. Peace out, and I hope you guys are all going to go into this weekend in a better state of frame. Peace out.